If you're planning a holiday in the next few weeks, maybe you're off to Latin America, then good news, the good news, I should say, is that from Monday you will be able to travel there without having to spend 11 nights in a quarantine hotel at a cost of £2,285 on your return. The government has confirmed that the last 7 remaining countries on the COVID travel red list are being removed.
The updated advice says it's from 4 a.m. on Monday, the 1st of November. So Monday morning, the remaining 7 destinations, Colombia, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Panama, Venezuela, to name some, are going to be removed. But the Transport Secretary Grant Shapps says it doesn't mean the end of the red list altogether. Well, he posted on Twitter yesterday and said, we'll keep the red list category in place as a precautionary measure to protect public health and are prepared to add countries and territories back if needed as the UK's first line of defence.
In terms of what this means for the devolved nations, the Welsh Government confirmed that it will adopt the same changes. However, we are still waiting on an announcement from Scotland and Northern Ireland. It's also confirmed that from Monday, the government will recognise coronavirus vaccines for arrivals from more than 30 new countries and territories, including Peru and Uganda.
Well, Kelly Cooks is the Leisure Director at the Advantage Travel Partnership. Thank you so much for joining us. This is good news, isn't it?
It is. It's really good news. And I think it's another positive step in the unlocking of international travel, in something we've been asking for quite a while now. The data does actually support this decision. So we know that the cases coming back in from the people that are returning from the red list countries, both vaccinated and unvaccinated, are actually much lower than they are here in the UK. And we've not detected any variants of concern coming in from any of these countries either. So very welcome news, particularly for those looking to get to Latin America for a holiday, for business, or to reunite with family and friends.
The government recognising jabs from other countries as well, or at least jabs from more countries.
They are, yes. And again, that is a really positive step forwards for inbound tourism. And I think unlocking the barriers that we've got in place to international travel is really key at the moment. And there are still a number of barriers, but this is certainly a positive step and will go a long way to helping customer confidence.
So what are the things that are shaking customer confidence?
So we still have a number of testing protocols in place. Obviously, we saw the change from the day 2 PCR test move to the lateral flow test, but actually we'd like to see that completely removed now for fully vaccinated individuals. As you mentioned earlier, we've got the different approaches from the devolved nations. That can be confusing for customers. And we've also got all of the different countries with their own protocols for inbound tourism. So we would also like to see some more communication going on between our government and overseas governments to see if we can align a little bit more to make the messaging clearer for customers.
Is it annoying that the government's still keeping the red list even though there's nothing on it?
Yes, it is, because I think that does still shake customers' confidence, knowing that a country can move to red. And actually, I think now we're in a position with where we are that we could move to a home quarantine if needed, or get rid of that completely. So we would like the red list to go. I mean, Grant Shapps did confirm that we will still be having these 3 weekly cycles whereby countries can move around, and they do reserve the right to put a country back at that red status if they deem it necessary. So yes, ultimately we would like that to disappear.
I think one of the biggest concerns people have as well is what happens if they go away and then they get coronavirus while they're on holiday? What kind of other measures are people having to take to say, I can book, let's say, for the Christmas school holidays and, I can relax as much as possible in the whole process?
So I think the pre-return departure lateral flow test disappearing went a long way to helping customers' confidence. That was the biggest barrier, and all of our surveys told us that. I think in terms of things changing either before you travel, if you were to contract coronavirus before you travelled or while you're away, the best thing to do is to book with a human travel agent. They'll be able to guide you through what would happen in every scenario. Make sure that you have the right insurance in place that does cover COVID. There are a lot out there now that do. And also to book with a supplier or an operator that offers the flexibility that you might need if things change before you travel or while you're over on your trip.
Thank you so much for talking us through the changes in the rules and the impact on the industry. Kelly Cooks, Leisure Director of the Advantage Travel Partnership. Really appreciate your time.